Hello, this is Pastor Rick, and I want to welcome you to the Lectionary Plus to prepare you for this Sunday worship on December the 28th. We're going to focus in on one text from Matthew chapter 2, 13 to 23. Now, first of all, this will be a special service with a lot of singing of hymns, but there will be a homily, a shorter sermon focused in on this important text, and it's a difficult text. This is the one about the Holy Family moving down to Egypt and the slaughter of the innocents, where Herod comes in and slaughters all babies below the age of 2. It's a tough text, but an important one to deal with because here we have the Savior of the world confronting directly evil. But now here's some things to watch about in this text. First of all, the angel appears again to Joseph. Now remember, that's what saved the marriage, was the angel appearing to Joseph before the birth of Jesus. Here again, the angels are just using all his REM sleep to speak to Joseph and give him instructions. Once again, it's why he's the patron saint, the protector of families, because he takes the family down to Egypt for their protection. And there, as they go to Egypt, as we know, once again, that fulfills prophecy, as Matthew says, out of Egypt I have called my son. Now, the other part of this is Herod all of a sudden realizes the wise men have not gone back through Jerusalem to give a report on the baby. They also have a dream and are instructed by God not to go back to Jerusalem. It's interesting in the text, it doesn't say that an angel came to the wise men, only that they had a dream where Joseph, that's the distinction, there an angel appears to him, an angel of God. And so Herod's furious, and he sends his troops then to that Bethlehem area to kill all the young babies 2 and below. Why 2 and below? Well, we think the wise men, it may have taken them that long to follow the star and find the birthplace of Jesus in Bethlehem. And because of that 2-year range, that's what Herod's working with, right? Just to be clear, he wants no competition, no one else, no child having the title of king or the ability to claim the kingship. The other thing I should mention when we talk about the star, that's not in this text, the star that the wise men followed, but many are now talking about that not being a star, but a bright light in the sky created by Jupiter. It might have been reflections of Jupiter and Saturn over the place where Jesus was born. And so here we have joy, we have relief, joy that a child has been born, relief that the Holy Family is saved in Egypt, but then we have lament and pain, certainly as the voice of one, as Matthew says, crying in Ramah, a lament and wailing at all the death surrounding this very story. So, tough text. So let's hear how Pastor Lilliard is going to lift up these themes, which themes he's going to lift up for the sermon on Sunday. Pastor Lilliard.
Hi, everybody. It's Pastor Lilliard from Emmanuel. Most of all, Merry Christmas to you. If I see you, if I don't, and you're somewhere else with your family and kids, have a blessed and a Merry Christmas. May the Christ child continue to bless you in your heart, in your home, in your life. I'm going to talk to you just in a second about the Sunday after Christmas. And so Wednesday is Christmas Eve, but Sunday is a-comin'. And so it is from the Gospel according to St. Matthew. It's the 2nd chapter. And usually what churches will do is lessons and carols, and you'll have like 6 or 7 lessons, and then you'll sing 6 or 7 carols, or at least part of them. We're going to change it up a little bit. We're going to have some lessons. We're going to have more than we usually do, and we're going to have some Christmas carols, so all that will be great and merry and bright. But I rarely, if ever, in my career have preached on this Sunday right after Christmas, but I think it's important. And it's the text where things just take a left turn. You have the Christ child, and you have the star, and you have the wise guys, and you have angels singing, and then all of a sudden King Herod realizes that if everyone's going to adore this child who will grow up, then people will not adore him and follow him. And so Joseph, the dad, is warned in a dream to take Jesus and Mary and go out of town because Herod is going to destroy, kill the newborn baby. And it was foretold that this would happen. And of course, Jesus and God, they always do what they say they're going to do. And so they head out of town in Bethlehem, and Herod is infuriated, and then he makes a decree that all the children under the age of 2 are to be killed. So he couldn't kill the one he wanted, so he killed all the children under the age of 2. So why in the world is this in the Bible? Well, number one, it happened. Number two, it's real. Jesus was born for this because evil was in the midst. It wasn't around the corner. That Jesus was born to fight evil, whether it was King Herod, the devil, the agent within. And I think it's important that as soon as we celebrate the Christ child, we realize that life is tough. Cancer is real. The devil still exists. And I'm going to talk about, your mama said there'd be days like these, and so did the Bible. That in the midst of all this merriment, it doesn't last very long. You know, you have a baby, and they're always wonderful and the greatest gifts, and then they don't sleep. And then they might get colicky. And then they get to the age where they might talk back. And so the point being is that not everything is sunshine, unicorns, and rainbows. Life is difficult, but Jesus came so we would handle difficult things like sin, things like death, things like people trying to assail us. The Christ child was born to fight evil because he can fight it more fully and forever. So it's not bad news, it's real news, with a great solution being Jesus was born for this. In the meantime, be well, God bless, and Merry Christmas.